Hey, what's up, everybody? Mogia Monster here. Welcome to WTF Live Thursday night. Hope everybody's doing good. I see a bunch of people in chat already. Mike is here. Jamie, Big Rob. Big Rob, how you feeling, buddy? I know, you had an accident. Hope you're feeling better. Who else? I saw some other ones. Jamie Strangeland, Audrey and Jamie. I think that's about it. But I know, though, people will jump in. Annie, hi. So what's up, guys? I don't have a plan tonight. As usual, if anybody wants to jump on. I think it didn't work the other day with putting the link in the chat. So I'll probably have you guys just if you want to come on, send your email address, just email it there, and I'll send you the link, because otherwise it didn't work last time. And I don't know what's going on with YouTube. It's getting kind of hinky lately. Everybody's having difficulties, especially on cell phones. Hopefully that shit will go away and we can, enjoy this, like we should be doing. There's something else I want to talk about. I'm going to wait until some more people pop in here. Everything's going good. Check this out. Now to me, it's really official. I got my Arizona driver's license in the mail today. They said it was going to be 2 weeks, but it took a week. So it's all good. I'm stoked. Let me go back to chat. Sorry, I had this banner up. Hey, D, Oz. Hi, Jim. How are you, hon? Good to see you. Dave Jones Locker. Got some new faces in here. Hey, Brad. So if you want to come on, email me. Let me get my phone ready for the email. Yeah, I'm good. Brad, thanks, dude. Yeah, it's been a week since I've had it. I got to drive like 3 times. What's the good in having a license if you don't have a vehicle? But that'll happen. Baby steps. I'm getting there. It's awesome. Nessie, you're tardy. Didn't notice. Hey, Chris. Who else is here? So yeah, you guys want to talk about anything? Sandy, thank you. Or if you want to come on, again, send me your email address to monstermogian@gmail.com. Oh, let's see who that is. Hopefully it's who I hope it is. Yeah, in a minute, Mike, I'm going to try to see if I can get any new people on. But definitely, this time you got to fucking put a t-shirt on now. No wife beaters. I'm just fucking with you, dude. I think that it was funny as hell. Something's bothering me, and I don't know where the fuck we went wrong as people, as society. What happened to being able to disagree, with each other? We take such extremes, the right and the left with each other, be it, whatever subject, rental cars aren't too bad. Huh. That's what I was driving the other day. Anyway, we take these extremes but we're too left or too right. There's a lot of gray in the middle that we have to recognize. If somebody has a difference of opinion, you should respect that and not jump down each other's throat. I mean, you guys are ready to kill each other if they don't believe what you believe, but that's what makes everything, the way it is those difference of opinions. I encourage people here to have a difference of opinion and speak your opinion. If you guys, I want to see people be able to come on here and actually debate, like a strict woo to a flesh and blood, and debate and without wanting to kill each other. Some people come on here and they tell their story and they get ridiculed and they can't handle the ridicule. Recently I just contacted a friend that you guys all know, and he's basically done. I guess he got called a liar. And I tried to explain to him. I said, dude, it's not your job to convince people that you're telling the truth. Your job is to tell your stories and let everybody else figure it out. So he got back to me and he's just a little fed up, and I understand it. You got to be tough to be able to put your shit out there, and if you got to be able to expect to be ridiculed for speaking your mind. Excuse me. Some people don't expect that and they can't handle it. And I told him, I'm talking about Mike, guys, Mike Kirkpatrick. I said, I think things are going to happen with this channel. I think we're going to pop pretty soon. And I'd like them to be there for the ride. But I understand how you can get caught up in this world we live in right now, to get away from the world we really live in, I just wish, and Mike got caught up in it. I know he did. You trust people, and it's a backstabbing community. Sorry guys, but you're a bunch of bitches. I'm not talking about people in chat. Whoever, he just felt that I don't know what he felt. I just think he didn't expect to be ridiculed, and he tried to convince people. It's not your job, Mike, to convince people. All right, tell your story. If they believe it, great. If they don't, okay, and expect ridicule, dude. I want you to come back, man. I don't know. I just think, we should be able to disagree and respect each other's, opinion. And if you guys, what the fuck you mean, dude? Exactly, though. You don't have to, if you think I'm wrong, say you're wrong and don't cover your ass by saying just kidding. Because there is something to it. You wanted to say it, so say it. We should be able to disagree and be able to talk about it and debate about it, and not want to kill each other. We're just too left and too right. We got to come more closer together, and especially in this community or in this genre. We're getting all worked up about shit that some people know exist, and the rest of us, we just hope they're telling the truth, and I believe most of the people are. So, but yeah, I just wanted to get that off my chest, because I think Mike is a good guy, and I told him that. I said, I really, we're friends, and I think since I'm related to YouTube and he wants away from it, he's just cutting all ties. So we'll see what happens. He might pop back in. He did last time. Hang in there, Mike. Things will work out. Thanks for sharing what you did and spending your time with us and sharing yourself. And, you became a friend to a lot of people, and a lot of people like you. So if you hear this, take it to heart and think about it. Love to see you back, man. Thanks for putting up with that, guys. Yeah. So guys, if you want to come on, Jem, you want to come on and babble? Come on and babble. Anybody. Micah, I do have your thing. Let me see who else. Just send your email address to my email address. Just email me and I'll send you the link. Because I've been babbling for 10 minutes and you guys are probably done with it. Nancy, thank you for saying that. Here, I'll even put that up there. You know what? Oh, buried already? Damn, Bomber, I don't even want to know what you're talking about. It's just D, did you? Hold on. Oh, dumbass, I put my phone on silent. So you did. Where the hell is that? Oh, right on. Yeah, I will do that, boys. D, hang out for a minute. This is the quiet part of the show where I have to pay attention to what the fuck I'm doing and email and type and all sorts of fun crap. I love how that shit links to my phone and it just shit pops up. This should be an interesting show. I hope. Get them both on. We'll be all right. Let's see. I gotta find that comment again. You guys got any questions that I haven't been asked already? Oh, Bomber, that fucking thing keeps coming up again. What the hell? Sorry, Bomber. I got to put this on some sort of sound. There we go. Hang on, guys. Let me get my headphones in there, bud. Well, guys, looks like we have a celebrity on board. Hang on. There we go. Adam, what's up, buddy?
Geez, I have a little bit of a delay here. I'm just going to get rid of this. I think that gets rid of it. Yeah, okay.
You can't watch
YouTube's not gone. Hey, what's up, brother?
How's it going?
It's going really good. Liked your intro. Really liked what you had to say there in the beginning. And I just wanted to say a point that over the weekend I went to a family friend's birthday party.
Okay.
And they were all on this side of political values. Okay. I'm not saying which side they're at, but they're all of them are over here. And I went over there to, celebrate the birthday. They're all wonderful people. The core of their hearts are all perfect and awesome and amazing, but they have all these other things that if I wanted to argue with them, we could argue with them. And then we could be like, okay, that's fine. You believe this, I believe that. At the end of the day, guess what? You're still one of my best friends, no matter what. And what you were saying in the beginning, I mean, that strikes true on so many levels, especially today in today's society where like this, whole Trump versus the world kind of thing is going on and these and all this other racial stuff and everything else that's supposedly not right. And it's like people are always trying to find a way to argue.
Oh, absolutely.
Instead of trying to find a way to be loving one another.
Yeah, but you can argue healthily. How do you say it? You can argue in a healthy manner.
In a healthy way. Yeah, absolutely.
And I think we forgot how to do that. We're too busy to attack instead of see each other's point of view and be willing to discuss it. We're just like death to you if you don't like if you don't believe what I believe. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
and this whole
problem.
The racial shit that's going on, the riots, whatever, it's all too convenient. The timing is just ridiculous. I'm not going to say what I really think in this matter. I'm not political. I've never voted in my life. So I can't bitch and moan about
Me either.
who's the president of the United States or what happens,
Yep.
And I won't, but I just think that what's going on is it's too convenient, it's the I want to get into it. I'm not going to start,
it's easy to do. Yeah.
Cause I am politically ignorant. I know the basics, like, the difference between a Democrat and a Republican, but after that, I don't know who stands for what. Don't care. And you won't hear me complain about it. If I didn't contribute to, putting that person in office, I can't bitch and moan about them.
Sure.
Excuse me. Yeah. So it's just a shame that the way things are. But like I said earlier, Mike felt, I think it was his job or he felt compelled to try to convince people.
Sure.
It's not your job.
No. And hopefully he'll take a seat back and listen to shows like this and get a better bearing on his place in all of this and understand that most of the people that he should be caring about care about him.
Sure.
And the thing about the arguing and taking sides, I mean, I just wanted to say one thing. At the end of the day, even if I don't agree with somebody, I can have a discussion about something.
Sure.
But if we truly don't see eye to eye on certain core values, that might not be the be all end all in that person's personality. They might believe this one thing, but you might believe the same. The rest of their soul and spirit is like pure and nice and just great, but they just have this one couple things you don't agree upon. And that's where we have to get together and stop nitpicking the subtle nuances in the human spirit and just be like, love is the people that can see love and make that the most important thing. That's what, and we all know this from generations and generations, that's the most important thing. That's what
makes the world go round. Everybody thinks it's money. It's not.
It's not politics. It's not any of this negativity. The nation's being divided right now, and platforms like Facebook and YouTube can contribute to it too. But social media and all the stuff that's going on right now, anybody can say whatever they want and not have any face-to-face conflict. And that's what builds all this negativity and not actually knowing what's going on. They're actually defending false fallacies.
Sure. And that's another thing. And I say it a lot is ask questions, people. Don't just believe everything you hear.
Bingo.
If I say I'm hung like a horse, maybe I'm lying. Maybe I'm telling the truth. Don't believe everything you hear. I'm not, by the way.
Yeah.
Just an example. It should get somebody laughing.
Mogsy. Jesus Christ, Mogsy.
That's funny.
Hey, brother, man, I don't want to.
My pants are on, so
I don't want to take up all the time here. I started watching the beginning of your show, and
you're not taking. No, I'm glad you're here, dude. I
went to that party this weekend, and it was just such a fantastic It was like a family reunion meets like all the nicest, warmest people in the community, and some of the values that were there were different than the values of others, and it just worked, and it wasn't like some big bickering and like this like mental. Okay, now we all have to be these like
Sure.
Rhodes Scholars to decide what the future of America is going to be. We just enjoyed the moment together. And we had good food and we had good beer and wine, and we just loved each other and listened to the music and watched the fire and loved life and looked at the stars. And I can tell you what, half the people that were there did not agree with the other half that were there. And that's fine, though. All there is to it. But did it work? And was it beautiful? Yeah, it was. So it can happen. These things, these obstacles can be overcome. It's just a matter of like how much do you really care about like putting your 2 cents in and being a freaking asshole? How much do you care about that? Or how much do you care about like being like nice to somebody? How much do you care about that? Like where are your core values? And that's all I have to say.
No, you're right, man.
So I love you, man. Love your show.
Thanks, bro.
Freaking awesome. So much fun. It's growing. It's getting better.
Man. It's
always better. Great. Fun.
It's fun to see the numbers in chat go up. We've been on 20 minutes and I've got 57 in chat.
Yeah.
I mean, that's awesome compared to some other channels, just as far as, that have been on a while. Also
like ours.
Viewerships, my videos are, the shows are getting a lot more views. I mean, it's awesome. It
is great, dude. You have just a genuine not caring. We already went over this many times.
But
it's the salt of the earth. It's like, you're real. You don't care. You're real. And it shows, and it's amazing.
Well, I'm just being me, and I think that's the only way. That's how everybody should be. Be yourself. There are people on here who aren't. I'm not saying in my chat or anything, but in general.
Yeah, sure.
That live in another world.
I just hope Mike sees some of this stuff, and
so do I.
Gets a little bit more wind under his sails and starts to come back and starts to understand that the people that care, the people that matter are the people that care about him, and that there's a lot out there that care about him, and I'm one of them, and I know Jake is.
No, I tried calling him and left a message, and then I got through to him on Messenger, and he's just I guess he's just disillusioned or whatever.
Well, it's easy to see negativity and have it take latch when, especially in a platform where you're not actually in a surrounded by human beings. It's weird, and sometimes people can say things that they don't exactly mean. You take them the wrong way. It's out of context, and it can rip your soul apart and make you feel all sorts of weird. And yeah, so anyway,
I'm surprised you came on, and your better half is other half. Sorry,
he's supposed to be here. I sent you he's supposed to. Yeah, better half. Yeah, he's supposed to have sent you his link too. Surprised you didn't. You didn't get one?
No, not yet.
Too? Shit. Maybe he went to bed.
So good.
Well, we were both supposed to. Yeah, we were both supposed to be coming on at the exact same time.
Well, I know normally you guys don't.
Yeah, we're brothers. We like to hang out with each other and
do one without the other.
We love it.
It's BLB, man.
Baby. Hey, Mogs, thanks for having me on.
My pleasure, man.
My word a little bit. Just
perfect. Whatever. That's anybody's invited to do that.
Like, damn, I know something that can relate to that. So
yeah, man. And thanks for coming on and expressing your thoughts. I mean, that's what I want.
Awesome, brother. Well, keep up the good work, and we'll catch you on the flip side.
Right on. Talk to you soon. Thanks again. Peace. Well, that was awesome of Adam to come on. I don't know if he's still. Where is it? All right. Sorry. I mean, I can take them off the screen, but then it's up to them to get out, leave the studio. They hang out too long. I boot them from the studio, and I want to make sure that it's open for other people to come on. And I wasn't being rude, Adam. It's like I kicked him out of the back door. But dude, thanks again, man. That was awesome. And and that's what I'm talking about. Anybody can come on here, voice your opinion, and you're not going to get ridiculed. I mean, or tell your story and you're not going to get ridiculed, or give your opinion. I mean, I want everybody to be able to say what they want to say. And if somebody has a problem with it, voice the problem or voice your opinion, but don't be a dick about it. Don't want to try to kill the person because they disagree. So here's your platform. Do with it what you will, guys. Yeah, that's what it was like, Ness. As soon as he said goodbye, I was like, oh, okay. I got him off the screen, and then he was still back there. I was like, it's almost a distraction. So I was like, out. No disrespect. Oh, I got you. I got you, Bomber. Now yeah. Yo, Hilton, what's up, brother? It was funny as hell, man. That was funny as hell that Mark did that. If you guys didn't see it, Mark Livewire, when he was advertising being on the show, he just put up this. He did this little video and put a wig on and bandana and everything. But he also, sorry, just turning the gain down. He dressed up a T-Rex, little plastic T-Rex with a bandana and a cigarette in its mouth. And well, these are going to end soon. I can't keep smoking. But it was cool what he did. Just talking about cigarettes. I got to quit. I hear it. I feel it. I've been smoking for too long. I've gotten too much done in the past 3 years. This is like my last demon. Come a long way, and it's been an awesome ride. Hilton, if you're feeling froggy and you want to come on, dude, I do have your email. Yeah, dude, let me look and see if I have your email on record. Like it'll just pop up if you want to come on. If not, don't use it. So anybody watched American Country Music Awards, Academy of Country Music Awards last night, the ACMs? I thought it was pretty interesting. It was cool because they did it from like 3 locations that were just empty. Bluebird Cafe, Ryman Auditorium, and Grand Ole Opry. All these different artists did their little performances with no audiences, and it was just kind of weird when they were receiving awards. But I'll tell you what, last night, people, their performances were incredible as far as they might not have had a full band behind them and they did something a little acoustic, but there were some amazing, I mean, I got goosebumps and teared up last night listening to some of these performers last night. And it made me realize how much I miss singing. I used to sing all the time. That's why I went to Nashville. Funny, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Let's see. There we go. Hilton, I'm sending that to you, the link. If you want to use it, use it. Close this. Close this. Oh, there I am. Hi, Pam. Somebody else. Diane, hi. Joey. Hey, Don, what's up, buddy? Good to see you in chat. Slumming, huh? Oh, well. No, man, that's awesome that you're here. Thanks. Even Don, you want to come on? Send me your email address and I'll send you a link. I mean, get some guys on. Anybody? I think you guys want to hear Don come on, right? Right? Sure. Back to comments. No, Barry, I don't sing the blues. I sing country. It's close enough. But yeah, it was a good show last night. It was interesting, you know, not having all the big fanfare and bullshit that goes with those award shows. It was weird because the hell's his name? Luke Combs. He won a couple awards last night, and it was like he presented them to himself. Basically, he was standing on the stage in the Bluebird Cafe, which is about the size of this room I'm in, and you know, he won the award, but he just like walked from one table to the other, picked up the award, and you know, like, oh wow, I'm speechless. It was silly, but the performances were cool. Anyway, enough about that. Singing your cheating heart. No. Chick Feed, what's up? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Again, I just sent that link out to a couple people. If you want to use it, please do. Moguls. That's funny. Hold on. Oops. It's funny. I got to click on something and it moves. Moguls. Isn't that on a ski hill? Yeah. Moguls. What the hell? It's like Brent wanting what do you want? They were trying to name the chat or his followers or whatever. What the hell were they saying? Duke was stuck on one that was whatever. I just was like, Paramaniacs, you know. I think that one was best. Of course, it was mine. That's why I thought that. But there were some good ideas out there. Moguls. I don't know, dude. It's cute, but Ness, my pants are on. For now, who knows? Just looking to see if anybody has any questions besides trying to get me to sing. No, dude, my voice is shot right now. I smoke too much, but one day, no, I definitely will. You know, once I warm up, once I get my voice back, I'll sing for you guys. I have no problem with that. And I know you guys will be like, holy shit, trust me. I'm not patting myself on the back. It's just the way it is. I'm not conceited, really. I'm not. Hilton, get your shit together. I'm getting dizzy, dude. For God's sake. He's all over with the camera. If I put it on, you get motion sickness right now.
G'day.
Jeez, so much for... Don't need the motion to get sick now.
Yeah.
What's
I'm
up,
trying
buddy?
to find my headphones, but they've been stolen.
Stolen?
Stolen from my mind of where I put them.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll have to hand hold them.
What critters are in down there that would steal them, you know? But you can hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Oh, I can
Can
hear
you
you
hear me?
too. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, now I've turned you up. Yeah, it's a bit easier. Right.
So what's going on down there, man?
Oh, I've just finished work. Just
All right.
been. It's
No
well,
movie.
it's 3:30. No, I'm sort of trying to keep away from that.
Oh yeah.
I could have gone. I could have gone to Auckland, New Zealand, to work on a Netflix series, but they've just been on lockdown again. I'm just quite happy to stay away from all that going on.
No, I
I'm
don't
up on
blame
the
you.
hill. Yeah, I'm in the country, away from a lot of people, so that's the best place to be around at the moment. Yeah. So rather
Hold
than
on a
just
sec.
doing movie work, I've been pouring concrete today in the rain, which is awesome fun.
You mixing it yourself, or are you using like a big?
No,
You have
arrives
a
in a truck.
truck. You having it trucked in? Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
a big job.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Somebody, hold on a second. D said address not found, Mogs. Somebody, you got to be more specific. Let me address this real quick. What I might do again is try to put the link in chat. I tried it last week. It wasn't really working. That's why I was doing it the old-fashioned way, is having people send it to me. But anyway, let me check the phone. If you guys still want to come on, anybody, and oh, there we go. Let's see who this is. I don't know why my phone is so damn quiet. Sorry, dude. You can talk. You don't have to wait for me. You usually have a lot to say.
Maybe.
I know Strangeland wants to come on too, so I think I'm going to get him on.
Need someone to ask me a question.
Oh, you heard him, guys. Get to chat. Get to the email bounced. Damn. I wonder what the check did. Shit. Oh, invite. Yeah, I'm always quiet when I do these little.
So how are you enjoying having
Driving
freedom again?
privileges. It's friggin' awesome, dude. You
Yeah,
know,
I don't know how you did it that long. I mean, I lost my license drunk driving many years ago, and I had 6 months without a license. That was just criminal to me, especially being in the country area. You can't even go
well,
grocery shopping.
you know, it's back east. It was easier because there was more mass transit. You know, I could get around on a bus or whatever, and I can get where I needed to go. I could hop a bus going to Manhattan in New York City or whatever. You know, you could get basically anywhere you wanted to go. Here, it was a little more difficult. So yeah, for like 10 years that I've been here, I've been relying on other people. Hey, you know, Dad, I got to go get groceries. Can I get a ride? At least now I can say, hey, Dad, can I borrow the truck?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, no, it's 6 months without a license was because here you know I'm old enough to you went for your license at 15 in New Zealand and that was it. You could drive any time of night, as many people as you like in the car. It was awesome. But that's all hard now. It's like you have to
Sure.
first go for your license now, and you have, you know, a learner's license, and you probably don't get your license fully until you're 21.
Oh, really? That late?
Yeah, there's different levels of, you know, at first you get your learner's license, and then then there's a a time where you can't drive. You can only drive with other licensed person, and
Sure.
yeah, just all these rules and regulations. Back in the old days, it was just like get your license at 15 and go anywhere you want, whenever you want.
Yeah, it was a free for all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing, you know, how not worth getting a drunk driving arrest is. It's avoid it, people, like the plague. I mean, your life can change like that in an instant. Everything changes. For what? It's funny. My roommate's excited that I have a license for one reason, so I can be the designated driver.
Because you don't drink.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And it's just funny. He's like, oh, dude, we can go fishing and, you can even drive home because I'll be drunk. It's like, yeah, I figured as much. Dick. No. But no, I don't criticize people for, their habits, whatever. To each his own.
Yeah, it was just someone's gave me I've been watching my drinks all day, and then someone just handed me a bottle of pre-mixed bourbon, like a small bottle, and I just sculled that back right. I'm out of here. And when they pulled me over, I was right on the limit, or just over the limit, and so that fucked me. And the other thing is, because it's called a conviction in a court of law. So, like, whenever I travel anywhere, it's all on. You have to declare it, like every time I go to Australia.
Oh, really?
Pulled over, and they take your passport away and do a back check on Interpol. I don't know if I'd probably get to America. I don't know that way. Not that I'd want to go there at the moment.
No. America's a little dicked right now. So what are your thoughts? Did you catch what I said when I first? I don't know how long you've been in chat.
I've only been in probably 20 minutes, something like that.
You missed it. Oh well, I was just on not a rant, but just I don't know. I just think we're too uptight. We have to be a little more open-minded with each other, and just because we don't agree with each other means we can't be in the same room. Adam just came on from BLB and said the same thing.
I caught the end of that conversation with Adam. So it's like, but what Adam was saying about having the fire and just a few people around, you can actually socialize with people with different opinions. I mean,
absolutely.
You don't have to hate them. You don't have to think they're the enemy. It's just a different opinion,
Yep.
And different backgrounds give you a different look at things.
Absolutely.
It's a different way of looking at things.
Well, and I want people to know that they can come here and just, say what you want. Don't be a dick. And we all can have a great time. And I think it's been going friggin' awesome, I think, for the past 18 shows. I think the live's been doing well, and everybody in chat behaves, and I have some moderators that are awesome. Everybody thinks they have the best moderators, No, I have everybody else's moderators.
Well, Kerry always says he's got the best moderators in the world, and you've got a few of them, so they must be all right.
So, I think there's a pool of moderators somewhere that just wait to be chosen every time a new show comes out. They're like,
yeah.
Look at me.
Just go around looking at you, finding new shows just to be
like Bombers. She's like a mod on everything now. Somebody just asked me, why is Bomber a mod on everything? Bomber doesn't know why she's a mod on everything.
She must. Her name must sound
intimidating. Yeah. Don't fuck with Bomber.
No. Yeah, that's deadly.
All the trolls fear her.
But there is some horrendous comments put on social media by people that don't have to they have no consequences of it.
But that's the problem is there are no consequences, and there's nothing we can do about that. But you're leaving people to their own devices, and let's face it, there's a lot of assholes out there that just that's how they get off. That's how they like making other people miserable. They're miserable. misery loves company. Fuck it. Let's make everybody else miserable, or at least one person miserable. You know, it's just a shame. You know, there are just people out there that are evil, you know, and I'm not even going there because that's just a whole other show. And like Paul just said, all comes down to respect for others, and it is. If you want respect, you have to show respect. It doesn't come, you know, it's earned. It's not just
Hang on,
given.
am I still on the screen?
Yeah, you're good.
I've pressed it.
See, now we fucked it up. I pressed a button. Don't push the button. He'll be back. Like I said, he'll be back. Don't push that button.
No, I did that Kerry show too with Brad there. Yeah. I'm just trying to get this chat going. I'm on my phone.
Oh, I don't know if you can have you chatted before on your phone while on live?
No.
Yeah, I don't know if you can.
Yeah, not while I've been on. And it's a distraction anyway.
Yeah, no, it is. It's well, no offense, guys in chat. I'm just saying it's tough to do a show, watch chat.
Yeah.
You know,
Offense. Definitely offense. I don't want to read your shit. It's just goes on and on and on.
What do I?
Yeah, this way I can't.
There's words that I want to say. I think it's fuck you.
Yeah. At least this way I can't see the Aussies giving me sheep jokes and putting pictures of sheep up in there.
Damn. Hey, Hilton, the guy from Yowie Hunters audio reports would be a great guest for Moog and Carrie. Why N Carrie? Why not just Moog? Gonna fucking share people? I mean, Jesus, no.
Now the Yowie Hunter, is that what was said? The dude, the Yowie Hunter, he's been on Odyssey, Bigfoot Odyssey. Or Hidden Existence, one of those. I can't remember. I forget what his real name is. But it's the Yowie Hunter, and he was talking about the Yowie running down the hill at him, but he realized he was actually standing next to a female. And yeah, he scared the shit out of him, yeah, but he keeps going in the bush. So
yeah, I know who you're talking about, but I think they had him on Paranormal Portal and maybe Hidden Existence. I don't know if Carrie had him on. I forget his name.
It might have been Paranormal Portal, actually. Oh, it's one of those. They're all the same.
Yeah, I hear an echo. I just said that. Paul Holland says, "No sheep for you today, Hilton. Have a day off." Thanks, Paul.
Yeah, I'm surrounded. I'm surrounded by dairy cows at the moment, but it's organic, so that's all right. Yeah, the organic cows don't shit in the river.
Why not?
It's just people think that dairy cows are polluting the waterways.
Oh no, they're just responsible for the methane in the atmosphere.
Yeah. But they're
fucking
cows.
Organic
cows, so they're fine. Yeah.
And they're tasty too.
Yeah. I don't think I want to eat a cow. Yeah.
Why not?
Well, it's just a dairy cow. Like it's
beef.
Yeah. I'd rather have a nice young bull. Get some good steaks off them.
So, Cal, what's up?
Cows are pretty scrawny, horrible things.
Yeah, when you're hungry, you know.
Yeah, well, when you're hungry, you eat anything almost.
My dad used to say, "I'd eat shit if you put sugar on it." Okay, what do I do with that? Crazy has questions. Oh, let's see. What am I missing? Where's Chris? And also put your Oh, here we go. Oh, this is for Hilton.
Geez, there's a lot of information.
Just read the
in
book. Fuck.
Yeah.
People. No.
Still crazy. Hi, Chris.
What are your hobbies? Fishing, women chasing? Have you been married? Have kids? Tell us all. Please do. Inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah, I was just thinking where I'm going to start with it.
All right. Well, while you're thinking about that, I'm going to bring up Strangeland. What's up, buddy?
Hey, how's it going?
All right. How you doing?
Good. I'm just trying to get this connected. I got you on my TV,
Right on.
and the laptop battery died, so now you're on my phone.
I'm getting around tonight. How's your volume? Can you hear me all right?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Perfect.
Okay.
And no,
Perfect.
and there's no echoes. Hilton, you're not getting an echo from him or anything? Everything's good?
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Perfect.
No.
It's one thing I love is I never have issues with, and I'd go to knock on wood. I never have issues with signals and all this stuff. I usually seem to always get a decent signal. So where are you coming from, Strangeland?
I'm in Newfoundland, Canada, on the East Coast.
Oh, right on. Right on.
Yeah. Time-wise, right now, it's 1:24 a.m.
24?
Yeah, 1:24.
Do you guys never sleep?
No, I guess we got our own time zone. It's a half-hour difference.
Yeah, I just noticed that. That's why I said 24.
Yeah.
Huh. That's weird that you have that extra little time zone.
Yeah, Hilton, you're in Australia, are you?
No. I'm no,
Close.
Yeah. Are you in Canada? Yeah. No, I'm in New Zealand.
He can't hear you, Hilton. I think you covered up your mic.
Oh, sorry. I'm in
go.
New Zealand.
New Zealand. I knew that.
Yeah. Which is a little island off the
I think he knows what it is.
bottom right corner of Australia. But we're not part of Australia.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we're too smart for that.
Diss the Aussie night. So what's going on in Newfoundland, dude? You have any experiences up there?
Yeah, actually I did here, but I had my first experience I had actually was on Vancouver Island back in
in British Columbia, really?
Yeah, back in 1989. I ended up in Vancouver Island with my cousin who was just out of the army, him and his buddy, and we left Toronto on a bus. And when we got to Vancouver to his buddy's place, we went to the local Costco and picked up some supplies and some tents and odds and ends, and we headed to Vancouver Island to go mushroom picking. Well, that's an adventure in itself, but you can imagine being young. So we got the ferry across and we got off on the other side. I was only 18 or 19 at the time. We actually hitchhiked to a spot toward Port Renfrew. So I don't know if anyone's here from Vancouver Island or familiar with the area. So we're looking for a place to set up a camp. And I ended up walking up this trail up off of, I guess, a small mountain or whatever. And the boys waited down below. And I got up probably a couple of 100 feet and I turned off to the left. And what caught my eye was an area where there was an indentation just off the trail. It was probably, I only thought about this actually there a while back because I was telling somebody. It was probably 12 feet long and probably about 6 or 7 feet wide. It was an indentation and it was full of ferns. So at the time, I never thought nothing of Bigfoot or anything like that, even though, like most people, when I was young, I watched the Patterson film. But anyway, I came down and I just figured it was some sort of a bedding area for a cougar or whatever. So anyway, we carried on and we went, we found a spot, a field just off of the community Port Renfrew, I think it's called, Renford. I think Dr. John Bindernagel done some research in it that way, looking back at some of the different documentaries and stuff that he put out. So we set up a tent. I managed to stay there for a week before I headed back east, but my cousin and them stayed. But the first night we were there, and this went on for 3 nights actually. We set up the tent in a small area just off this field, and I went out to pick up some firewood, and when we walked out into the opening, I just walked, I guess, the perimeter and picked up sticks and small branches or whatever was available. But I was getting a bad smell in one area just before I turned to come back to where the camp area was. And just coming on dark, I started seeing this eye shine. It was probably, looking back, I don't know how high, probably, I don't know, 7, 8 feet, maybe not even that high. But it was like an orangey red. And I was hanging out to my cousin to come out, and he walked out. He said, "What are you looking at?" So I pointed it out. And he went back in, so I stood there for probably about 15 minutes. And I watched it, and it was like 1 minute it was in front of me, the next minute it was just like instantaneous. It was off to the side, probably 6 feet. And this went on like 3 different nights around the same time, each night that I went around. Never experienced anything in the day other than waking up sometimes in the mornings you'd hear what it sounded like somebody walking around outside the tent, or, I mean, it could have been deer or whatever it was. So I'm not going to jump to no speculation or nothing thinking it's a Bigfoot, but anyway, that was my experience out there. We done a lot of camping here in Newfoundland when I was a young guy, and right up actually till recently, I've had some pretty strange experiences around my house and in woods. I got a wooded area, so where my house is to is basically it's all wilderness. I mean, go on for hundreds of kilometers. I've had some pretty weird stuff in the way of pictures and videos, stuff that I haven't shown, because I don't think it'll last very long if I put something up there public that somebody will come visit and ask what it's all about, and I want to draw attention to neighbors actually. So
they're that convincing.
Yeah, some pretty neat stuff. But it's not only anything that would fall into the realm of being a Bigfoot. There's a smaller version of it that's probably 4 or 5 feet tall. I had actually I started picking that up. I bought a camera system for the house, and I just hooked it up so I can look out over. This is the house I bought there probably about 8 or 9 months ago, and I'm just getting weird. Coming on dark is like anything, I guess. Certain times of the year, you get the lighting is everything. So I mean, you look at something, it may look a bit different. It might be nothing. But I moved the camera system one night from one window to the other, and the grass was after getting high, and I was waiting for my daughter to come over and give me a hand and clean up around outside and stuff. And I was getting this weird. It was almost like a blur in the grass, but everything else was normal on the road, and looking at the trees and stuff across the street. So I moved the camera system, and not knowing, one night I actually I looked at the camera, and I put it out by the door, and when I looked, here was some pretty freaky looking stuff floating probably above the road, probably about 20 or 30 feet up the street. And lots of color, and it's actually moving, and it's changing facial expressions. I know that might sound a bit strange, but I actually do have it on video. Which
love to see that video.
Yeah, I had some pretty strange things, but for some reason, the last week and a half, my internet was going out.
Internet's been acting up all over, dude.
But there was no area. And then there was all of a sudden, I go to look at stuff on my system, and some stuff was missing. So I don't know how. I mean, I didn't have no issues saying that anybody threw my antivirus or somebody was trying to intrude or whatever. But it's kind of weird that some stuff just disappeared. And my camera system don't work anymore. It says that it's plugged in. It's a Nest camera actually. It's pretty good quality, really good quality actually.
No, I've seen them advertised.
Yeah, I mean, I I can plug it in now and I can turn it on, and it says it's connected, but I can't see nothing.
That's
It's just a
weird.
black.
That's weird.
So, yeah, I got some freaky stuff. Like I said, I don't talk to
Did you get
anybody
it?
about.
Did you get it from Home Depot? If so, bring it back.
No, it's funny because I mean it says it's connected, and like I said, I'm not. I don't want to say too much. Some of the stuff that I got is pretty weird, so I actually removed it off my stuff and put it on different copies of memory cards and stuff, and just put them aside.
Sure.
The stuff in the way of pictures and videos.
Yeah, it's got to be weird sitting on some evidence that you think is, quality evidence and not knowing what to do with it. Because you do hear the stories of all the bullshit that goes on when people do come forward with pretty convincing evidence where you don't want people knocking on your door.
Yeah, well, not only that, people think you're crazy unless you go public with something, but it's not really worth the aggravation. You know what I mean? It may sound a bit odd. I may send you some pictures sometime or something like that. Just
yeah, man. I'll keep them confidential.
It's stuff that is like I've got lots of stuff that could be iffy, but the other things that I have, like I'm telling you, I just didn't show it to anybody, and I didn't want to make it something that people in the area are like, oh, something weird going on down around, and then questions, and I don't want to disrupt the lifestyles of the neighbors by pointing out odd things in certain areas. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but one pretty cool thing about that is, like I said, out of my grass, I was getting this thing. It was almost like, the predator thing you often heard people talk about. It's got that like watery, the fadey, misty type look to it. And you can see things where the grass is moving in this spot. And one point, like I said, when I moved the camera, I took a picture of the screen that I was looking that the security camera was on my phone. So I couldn't run a video or nothing then because I wasn't hooked up for the long term. With Nest, basically, you need the subscription to be able to hold your video for however many days in a month.
Sure.
But I got some pictures of this thing that's sort of like a bulbous nose, and it looks something. Actually, somebody that's been on the chat that I've seen got a picture, and it almost looks identical. But it's almost like. Remember Alf, the guy that used to be on?
Yeah.
The guy
Alf.
with the little bit long nose.
Oh, yeah. The Muppet.
Well, actually, it looks something like that. And when you look at the picture, you'd be like, okay, yeah, I can see where they made the eyes or whatever. But in the video, they're moving. And there's 4 or 5, and they're outside the house, just below the step, and they're looking up on the angle of the window. And it just so happened the time that I had the camera moved from one window to the other, that I actually had video of it. So it's pretty freaky. It's almost like it's interdimensional, which is kind of odd. But I mean, you hear lots of strange things, and there is a lot of weird different things out there. But I mean, giving my opinion on something when I speak on here, you might see some comments that I make, but it's like anything. I mean, unless you got proof, it means nothing.
No, of course.
Earlier about people, the people taking stuff personal and whatever the case may be. I mean, everybody has different experiences.
Absolutely.
We don't need to.
Has this been happening for a while, or is it a new thing?
It's weird because the last place I lived is probably about 8 or 10 kilometers from here. I got lots of videos of orbs. I've got videos of orbs. You can see these little elf type fellas in the middle of the orbs with ears, and other times you can see these Bigfoot type creatures that have this that crest of the head or whatever they call it. And all kinds of weird stuff. Like I could run a video here probably now in this house, and I'd pick up on orbs, and you say, okay, well, there's light. Yeah, but I got videos where I can watch it, and it's funny because my cat chases them around the house. So when I see the cat acting weird, I'll turn the video camera on my phone, and I'll watch it, and I can watch these orbs come. I got a couple of videos where I can see them coming out of one room towards me, stop in front of my camera, turn, split in two, and just go the opposite direction. And I've seen them drop out of the wall and up through ceilings, and all kinds of weird stuff. But I mean, people say there's a lot of weird activity that went on in this particular area. So I'm personally, I think it's some sort of connection, maybe to a vortex or something. I don't know. There's just really strange, weird things going on.
And it's all lately.
And it's all, yeah, well, I bought this house right back in October, November. My father took sick unexpectedly and passed away in January. And he
How old's
used
the
to
house?
it was built in 1940.
So it's got a
So
history
it
to it.
was a lovely property. It was always well taken care of for X number of years. There was a couple older people in the community that lived here. But yeah, there's pretty strange things happening. I mean, I got videos and pictures up on pictures and videos of orbs. Want to see orbs? Like I've got a video where in the last house I was in, I could see a red light out in the trees. And I used to make this whistling chirp thing all the time. I wouldn't be able to do it now. But one night around 10:30, this is about 2 years ago, I was just standing on the step. Actually, no, it was about 4 years ago because I was just after almost when I gave up cigarettes, which I like to have one right now. But I remember that whistling noise.
Bad influence.
And whatever it was, whistled back, sounded like it was about as big as an elephant. It was like it imitated me in a way that it was almost sounded, it was being foolish, just mimicking me. And I had videos where I could have the window open in the summer, get a bad smell, and then I'd go to the edge of the window and I could hear breathing, and it would just be one bush, and you can see right through it and nothing around. And I actually, in the same situation one night, I was just telling you about the whispers, whatever. I had I sat with my phone, and I knew when weird stuff was going to happen, when I start to see lights and the cat acting weird. So I turned the phone on, and I watched the red light in the woods, and then it became 2, and then it was 1, and I'm holding the phone. I'm probably back 5 or 6 feet from the window. That red light comes right in towards my phone, turns and bends. So it doesn't go on 90-degree angles, which it can. Light don't bend. This comes in, scoots around, and right back out through the window. And I got tons of experiences, that kind of stuff. But it's,
Wow.
yeah, something me and my ex-wife split up. I had it happen at the house there. Then I moved into a cabin, and my father moved out with me there last summer before I bought this house, and weird stuff happened in there too. He'd actually be in the house sometimes by himself, and he'd be like, Jesus, were you here and turned around? I was like, no, Father, I just got back. Oh, all right, no, yeah, I see red light come into the window. I thought it was somebody's tail lights, but it wasn't. Like in there, in the woods, I've actually got a video where it was on June the 21st, summer solstice. Because I said to myself, well, if there's any weird stuff going to happen, maybe it'll be on time of the summer solstice. So I go out and I hear crows just as the sun was coming up off in the distance. The crows would stop, and then I'd hear these knocking noises. I actually got it on video. The crows would make the noise again. Then I hear the knocking again. This went on like 3 times. So it was kind of strange. But I mean, I've had weird stuff happening there where stuff was banging on the house. One time it hit the house that hard, it actually knocked the power out for a couple of seconds.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I can go on and on and on. But right now, like, I'm just so used to it, it doesn't bother me. I could go to bed now and I could turn my phone on, and more than likely I'll see some sort of a light or something come in and fly around or go through the ceiling or out the side of the wall. And people may say I'm nuts. If you know, there's like anything. Most people, if you mention proof or strangeness, you have something wrong with you. Well, it's not, because I got proof to all this stuff.
No,
Well, we won't be saying that here.
Go ahead.
Well, we won't be saying that here. Like that, yeah. It's just you've seen what you've seen, and that's all there is to it.
That's it.
Oh,
I mean, I've seen an orb, and I know it was a spirit orb. You know, I woke up. There was a dog in the room. I told the dog to shut up, and this thing comes out of the bathroom. You know, a blue orb comes out of the bathroom. I
Right.
saw it. I watched it go by. It disappeared. I went back to bed. But I know what I saw. You know, I know orbs exist.
Actually, I'd laid in bed a couple of times, and I'd watch the cat, and all of a sudden he'd be lying on the bed, and he'd look around, and then I'd turn on my phone and I'd take a video. And there's times I've seen come through the window because I could see it outside. It was almost just like a wave of these flashing energy balls that were just like, some were going clear, others were changing like from a whitish to a silver to a red, and a lot of it just passed right on through, and I'd watch it go right on and disappear when I got to the wall. There's other times I had the phone and I could watch something just drop out of the ceiling and go whoosh, right down to the bed. And I'm lying in bed, but it doesn't bother me anymore. Most people, like, all right, I'm hitting the road. I mean, like, no.
Next.
But do you ever feel threatened by it, or obviously if you're still there, you're not?
No, I don't. I mean, I'm a person that prays regularly. I mean, I'll pray if I feel a bit off or something feels odd in the house. Well, I mean, I'll pray to God out loud, and I just ask for guidance of God and Jesus or whatever. And but nothing changed. It doesn't bother me. I just got some really, really strange, weird things that happen. And I've heard that supposedly this area has a history of hauntings or whatnot. But the funny thing is, I've looked, and I don't know if it has anything to do with it. This area we're on too, when the ice came down and covered North America, there's a small window of land in Newfoundland that's probably only, say, 50 kilometers by 60 by 50. And there's no ice showing up there. And the funny thing is, there's a lot of rocks, like there's a lot of really rich soil. But in this area, there's spots where you got these great big boulders, and they're cut even. And you can see these shapes. It's almost like somebody chiseled it out. But it's made of basalt. I mean, it's not like it's a...
it's a volcanic rock, yeah. Basalt.
So, yeah. And, I mean, this stuff... I just got this certain way of picking up on energy. And it's something my mother had, and I've just learned over time that, okay, well, there's something I got to say.
I think it goes back to the whole thinning of the veil. In the past year, I'd say the past year. We'll just round it off. I've been experiencing weird shit. There's stuff going on, and I think if anybody's sensitive, they're gonna pick it up, or their senses are gonna get a little heightened. I don't know what's going on, but and a lot of people have said it. A lot of sensitives have said that the veil's thin right now, and
and
something's going on, and just pay attention to it. And it's good that you realize it. Some people are just they put blinders on and don't want to know.
Yeah, the thing is, like you've often heard someone say, "Oh, well, once it knows that it's weird, that it'll show that it's weird that you know." And sure enough, that's the way it is. But I mean, right now, I noticed a lot of the times with the lighting and the days getting shorter, I get a lot of weird reflections in the windows in the house or in the glass to the door going out through. As and you're getting that little bit of a dim blur before it starts to get dark. I was picking a lot of pictures and weird things just by taking pictures near the window. It's too bad I couldn't show you something here now off my phone because I'm actually connected to my phone. But
sure.
I'll just show you some, just a few little odds and ends, nothing too off the wall. Like I said, I mean,
I don't mind off the wall, but yeah, man, you have my my address, so feel free to send whatever you want to send. I'd love to check out some pictures.
I mean, we can go on for hours with different weird, odd things that's happened over the last 20, 30 years.
My experience is like the paranormal happened. The ghost thing. Well, it was my mom. I know it was. It happened in '93, and then like 17 years later, something happened again. It wasn't like it happened all the time, but it was significant enough that I knew what was going on. I knew, and there were witnesses, and it was it was apparent. But the other stuff, like that, it's been more psychic stuff. Weird stuff's been going on. Thing that happens a lot when it's been happening for a long time is like I could be hanging out, like me and Hilton be hanging out, and all of a sudden a thought would pop into my head, and Hilton would say it. He'd verbalize it. That's how it works with me a lot. The person next to me will say it. And it used to be, why the fuck did you just say that? I was just thinking that.
Yeah,
Happens all the time. And now I realize it's more me. I'm receiving thoughts or whatever. So I had experimented with someone a couple months back, and the results were pretty impressive. You know, it's
so you've seen the future in very short term.
What's that?
Not really. Nothing. No. I'm just picking up thoughts. You know,
Yeah, but you're predicting what people are saying, but only short term. Yeah.
It's either that or I'm picking up their thoughts. That's the next thought. I'm picking up what they're about to say.
Right.
You know, it doesn't happen all the time, but when it does, it's like catches you off guard. But it's happened so often that it doesn't flip me out anymore. You know, yeah. I'm just kind of used to it, but I'm hoping to learn how to do something with it. You know, how to train it, how to, you know, I got to meditate, whatever. I'll get in touch with someone.
But you know something, it was almost like having the camera system after a while. It was like this stuff that I was seeing didn't care. It didn't care if it was being seen on the camera, either that or it just didn't know that it was a camera. But although one night, it's when it started off that I was starting to notice things on this camera. Was I noticed something weird, and then I went back to try to see if I took any still shots of a certain area. There was a telephone pole and trees that are close by my house. And I remember looking through the camera, and what I seen, I couldn't say it was a Sasquatch. It was shaped like one. It was tall, but it was like 1, 2, 3. And it was just down the edge of where the camera stops. And it was 3 of them. But it was almost like it was faded enough that I could pick out the shape. I knew it was something because I could see an line like this on the edge of the pole in the tree. It came out. It stood there for a few seconds, and I was like, "Holy shit! Look, this is an actual possibly a Bigfoot,
sure,
or 3 Bigfoot, because it was almost just like smaller, 3 different sizes." And once I tried to sit, like I started taking pictures of the phone, and I never thought of nothing of taking a video of the video that I was looking at, with a live feed from the security camera. But I look back, and for whatever reason, that particular thing that I saw never showed itself again. But I've had other weird things. I've had weird things that look like shiny metal creatures with googly eyes. I don't know if that might sound stupid. And I tell you, like, this stuff knows how to use the light to hide behind it. And it's either that or I'm seeing things. But when you look at some of these pictures and stuff and videos that I got, it just happens too much, and it's too easy to. I know what I'm looking at, and it's multiple different things. It's strange things from black cat shapes to little brown elf type dudes that are looking, and they're hiding in the misty shade of the grass. But now where the grass had that watery look to it, now there's multiple different heights, little creatures with little black eyes and little bulbous noses, and they're looking like this. And I got it on video. And it's pretty freaky.
Wow.
And they didn't, and I think once they realized that when I came out, and this went on, I caught them 2 different times in 2 different days. But when I cut the grass, and I had my cousin came out, and he was joking with the whippersnipper in the grass, getting high. After he cut that, I never seen nothing in that spot again, which is, I don't know, might sound a bit weird, but yeah, if everybody's seen it now, if I put it on the video and said, "Look at this," you'd be like, "Holy shit, yeah, this there's movement, there's faces. You can see it. You can see the shape of the bodies. You can see the color.
See, that sucks, man. Not knowing what to do with it, because I feel the same way. Like if I go out in the woods and I bring my camera and I do catch some shit, now what? What do I do with it?
Well, just think, I mean, maybe nobody in this community is aware that I'm even on there talking about this. And if it did, I'm sure it'll be just like, well, I used to be on town council here too. So it's, if they heard me talk about this, I think there's a lot of people that know there's strange things happening here, and they probably just don't talk about it. A lot of them
it's weird because I heard that before about, this. Someone lives in a small community in Canada, and they don't want it known that, they're into this subject because they'll get ostracized for it. That's the second time I've heard that.
There must be videos of all sorts of things going on all over the world that nobody
puts out. Yeah. There's tons of evidence out there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can think of it this way: if somebody sees something on their property, whether it's a Bigfoot, and you hear so many stories about how these creatures stay on the tree line, or, you catch a glimpse of them once, or they're around, or you get the hints of an eye shine or a smell or whatever the case may be. I mean, how many people are going to go to a news station and say, oh, listen to what's going on behind my house? A handful of people, and what happens? You get ridiculed. You get, right? Or how many times you see videos that you think is a possible Bigfoot, and the newscaster laughing and having their little joke, and it must be this, or it must be close to Halloween,
and they always do it. They always do it.
Right? People got closed minds. I mean, not everybody will go search for it.
Dude, back in 90, when the hell were the Phoenix Lights? 97. The fucking governor of Arizona did a press conference about the lights, and then he does another one, and they bring out this big ass alien in a costume, and just totally made fun of it, and took the alien's head off and whatever. It was stupid, that the governor of a state that did that. It was like, dude, really?
I bought a book off a person here that wrote a book. I think about 10 or 12 years ago. So I bought it 4 years ago. That's
These guys are commenting on what shirt I'm wearing.
He's a pretty intelligent guy in town, supposedly, but he put a book out, and he put it out about how he was abducted by aliens and stuff in this area. Now, this is a community where there's probably only about, less than 1,000 people. But this guy says he was abducted by aliens, and he experienced all kinds of weird stuff, and he has a book put out. There's people in town are like, well, yeah, they believe, and then there's other ones that are like, yeah, well, the way it is. Some believe, some don't.
So Linda says, I think a lot of people are scared to say anything, and she's right, but with good reason, because people live in their little bubbles, and don't want that bubble interrupted with something as outrageous as a UFO or a ghost or a Bigfoot or whatever, So it's those people that end up like, on missing 411, because they're clueless.
But that's the reason.
I was kidding, by the way,
isn't it? These shows, these YouTube channels where it's a safe environment to tell these stories without being ridiculed or made fun of. It gets it off people's chests. But
my channel is like that. But the next guy might not be. It's a crapshoot. A lot of people regret telling their stories.
But you know something? Not to cut you off.
No, go ahead, man.
When this stuff really came to light a few months back, and I really started seeing this stuff for what it was, I had that little short period of time for X number of days where I shut that camera off, and it did put some fear into me. But I mean, I'm pretty level-headed as it is, and I've had the experience with the orbs and the house being tapped down and the smells and the lights and all that, and then I get all that, and now this extra strangeness with him too after his father passed away. And I know it's not got nothing to do with that man, because I mean he was a saint. He was a gentle, caring, loving father, and strong Roman Catholic church man. And there was no negative energy or nothing that came off of him in this house. And the people that apparently ever here before were wonderful people. But yeah, there was a few days where, probably a week or so, where I really, it struck a bit of fear into me, just because I was fearful of, if it's presenting itself and I'm here, other than the orbs and the other odds and ends, and I'm seeing things through a security camera, and I was like, fuck, well, maybe something's going on where they're wanting me to see this through a video camera. And maybe there's somebody else that's just whatever. All kinds of shit, it goes through your mind.
Sure.
Then when I took my regular phone and I started taking pictures and videos of things, and I'm starting to see with my phone, and then I try my other phone that I used to have, and I'm getting stuff. I'm like, okay, well, this is nuts. And then I look back on the video. Some of it I didn't want to look back on for a while, because it got to the point where it was actually pretty plentiful. I was seeing one thing, two things, three things. Sometimes I could get there, and it seems like anything, just like in movies, when night comes, the creatures come out with it. But I mean, I've had weird things happen in the day where I could see it. I've got, it's a pretty cool thing, actually. I've got a video, and I've done a time lapse on it, where I'm looking out through my security camera, and I'm watching it. And I turn and I look out, and I'm watching the clouds change shapes and just scoot over to the other cloud and then join onto that. And then they go this direction, that. But when I lay it down, I look out through the window, it's just a regular day. And the clouds are moving. But the funny thing was, when I look back and I took these still shots, and say they were probably 10 or 20 seconds apart, two of those pictures had a date from 2017, and I never even had this phone back in 2017. Now, what is manipulating time and changing things a little odd, right? Is it something just to cover itself, or just fucking weird?
That is bizarre.
But the orb thing is pretty cool. I've showed lots of my friends, and they're like, holy shit, that's crazy. And then I got my buddies that I'll show them something, they'd be like, yeah, there's something wrong with you. I was like, the boy's not.
Professor Orange Juice wants to know, Strangelands, do you think there's more activity up there because of what? Why do you think there's so much shit going on up there?
I think it's vortex related, and it's something ancient. It's I was getting, and there's a lot of energy, I think, and this is only my opinion. Like I said, I mean, I could back it up with proof of stuff. Like, I've put little odds and ends out there before and sent it to Kerry and that, but it was stuff that meant nothing.
Sure.
I just didn't want to, but now I'm like, I got that stuff. I think it's, and here's another cool thing, actually, before I go into what I think it is.
Go ahead.
I was getting sometimes strange noises at night when I go out, because I'm feeding these couple of feral cats. And
Newfoundland, Canada, Ray.
I turned my phone on one night, my old phone, and I stuck it in my car, because I'm like, this sounded like something. My daughter came by one night. She said, Dad, it sounded like rocks hitting your van. I was like, what? Yeah. So anyway, I took the phone and I went out, I turned it on, and I put it up in my visor, and I left it on, and I cracked the windows a couple inches, and I let it record all night. And I've done this probably for 7 or 8 nights.
Did you just audio record?
Yeah, just audio record. You can hear stuff pulling on the handle. You can hear little rocks tapping. And then I'm saying, okay, well, maybe it's bats, because I've seen bats. Bats will fly down and take bugs off stuff. They'll bounce off it because they're just going by their sonar or their radar or whatever the hell they operate on. But I actually have some video clip or sound clips of a weird voice. And then I've got this other night when it was starting to rain, and for 2 or 3 minutes you can hear these things talking, and you can hear a car go by, and my van's right on the road, and all of a sudden everything sounds like this voice that's metallic, and even the vehicle that's going by, which is right next to it, you're hearing this weird wow 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 wow, and it's like tin and ping pang pang, but you can hear these things talking back and forth to each other. And I know it's not people walking down the road. But what I think it is, I think it's some sort like I've only started looking at what vortexes were in the last little while, and they say like a sign of vortexes is trees that'll grow in different directions or add whatever that you see in nature that's normally a certain way. And around me, there's pine trees and odds and ends that are just grew in all directions, which is kind of odd. So,
Sawdust Beast, good night, buddy. Sorry, didn't want to interrupt. Well, I work in Sedona, Arizona, and supposedly there's a lot of vortexes there. They have vortex tours. I mean, people are making money off of vortexes, believe it or not.
Yeah. Jeez, I didn't realize how dark I was here on the phone because I was looking at myself on TV with it turned down, but it was brighter there. It's better. Yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to bring that to your attention. I'll send you some pictures of orbs and whatnot, and
whatever you want to send, dude. I'll hold on to it. I won't. Hey, look what I got.
Some little orb video things where you can watch the stuff fly over and stop in front of you and it'll turn and you see things go through walls and through the ceiling, and I don't care if you show that to people.
Right on.
Just some other things I wanted to talk about. I prefer not to just make it public because a lot of people aren't comfortable with that stuff. I get scared the shit out of people in the area if they feel that, or maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just
no, but it's good that you have the respect for your community and you won't do that to them. That's awesome.
I mean, it's weird stuff. I just pick up on it. My mother was the same way. There's times she'd wake up and there's somebody standing in the room, and the father would be like, "Well, I just go back to sleep. Look, you're getting your host now at church and ask for God's blessing and go back to sleep." And he'd sleep for a bomb. And I mean, my mother's seen some pretty weird stuff, and I've seen lots of it. And little prankster things going on. Like I'll set an alarm clock, and you wake up, wonder why the clock never went off. Here's the clock down underneath the bed with the cord wrapped around it, or just weird, odd, foolish noises and sound. Like just before I clicked on the link to here, my cat is there on the couch, as you can see. White fella. Two odd eyes. I heard somebody go, "Oh," and I looked at the cat. I said, "Jesus, that never came out of the cat." Sounded just like a person that all of a sudden this big sigh out, and I turned, and I mean nothing else was on. I'm not hearing things. Well, yes, I'm hearing things, but it's not things that it's not like somebody standing next to me. And I hear voices, I hear names every now and again, not that often, but. And I mean, but you could attribute to that as being tired, or maybe you're thinking about something. Sure, you can't let your brain go to hell in a handbasket and everything is paranormal or fucked up. No, it's not that way. But when you got proof of things and you're seeing it, or you're videotaping it, or other people are saying, "How come that's like that?" Well, but I've seen waves of stuff. I've seen almost like a black cat type, dog man type thing, or whatever. That's
really.
Come in a wave over me and come down and land on the lawn. Where it landed on the lawn, I actually got a video of it. I don't know if it's still there because I think it disappeared off my phone all of a sudden. Like I told you, some things disappeared. You can see a circle that's probably 6 feet by 6 feet out on my lawn where all the grass is flattened down in that circle. And where it landed, and I was like, well, Jesus, maybe it was just lighting because I was putting the food out for the feral cat one night, and I know it wasn't lighting because when I looked at the screen, the shape of the cat stood up. It was almost like cartoon character. Some of this stuff, like whatever you see, I've seen stuff that's almost like you see on cartoons that people would draw, and all of a sudden it sat up off the page and became from that 1 or 2 dimensional into our world. Sounds strange?
No.
Because it is strange. And I'm not losing my mind. I've got proof to all this stuff. It's just really cool. But it's like anything, you got to watch what you ask for because
hold on a second, dude. Carla, I'm trying to figure out from where. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, dude. There is some strange shit out there.
Well, I'm quite happy that my life is kind of boring.
You're boring as fuck, dude.
Like I don't see anything.
Hilton
or
doesn't have
experience
any like
anything.
ghost experiences, nothing, you know.
Yeah, sometimes I think I'd like to experience some of these things and see them, and then other times it's like, no, I'm quite happy.
Count your blessings.
Yeah. But anyway, I've got to
things.
go. I've got to, there's a tree outside with my name on it, so
Right on.
I've got to here.
Yeah.
So I'll catch you next time, mates. Nice to meet you. Interesting stories. I'd be really interesting to see some of the footage that you've got, Mr. Strangeland.
Yeah, I'll put some stuff on. Nothing too off the wall because I don't want to disrupt too much stuff. Now, that being said, I'm not telling bullshit or fake stories. This stuff happens. And
I've got no reason to disbelieve you.
And you know what? And it's exactly what I said to Mike is you told your story, you know, that's all that was your job. Tell the story.
Yeah,
you don't have to convince people of it.
Yeah.
Have you told many people these stories?
No, just a few people that I know every now and again, but
You have now.
Yeah, I was going to say, yep, a few people have heard it
Oops.
now. Yeah. Oh, shit. Oh. No, that's good, mate. Good. Anyway, I really need to go.
All right,
There's a
dude.
tree.
Go water that tree.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on, dude. I'll talk to you soon. Oops. Sorry, buddy. One too many. Kicking ass, Mogs. Right on there, Professor OJ. All right.
I wasn't planning on coming on talking about a lot of this stuff, but as I got talking, I just I couldn't shut up.
There's nothing wrong with that, dude. You know, if you got to get shit off your chest, get it off your chest. Somebody said, Aaron said, Strangeland, talk more about the black cats, please.
The black cats. Look, I'll tell you one thing. A lot of people mightn't think this, and I've been doing a lot of thinking. It was to the point at one time where I would see on certain rocks, you get these little white blobs, it's almost like white paint, or black. Sometimes you pick up a rock and you'd be like, oh, it looks like a little shape or design. There's a guy in Quebec that's got a YouTube video, and he's always putting these rocks on, and he calls it, I don't know, paleo Eskimo art or whatever the case may be, and they're shaped of animals and faces and all this kind of stuff. But there's a lot of energy drawn to rocks, and I often wondered, like, from rocks that I've seen, it got to the point where I could pick up a rock and it'll just catch my eye, and when I look at it, I'll be like, geez, that's pretty weird. And it got to the point I'd bring it home. After a while, I realized there was energy attached to it. I just have nothing to do with it because I drive different places, and when I get out, a lot of the rocks that were almost identical were at my foot as soon as I opened the driver's side door, which is kind of strange. Well, that sounds really off the wall. But as you were saying about black cats, yeah, it's let me see. Scott Carpenter got a lot of stuff there that he calls a dog band. So you get these pointed ears, and it's almost like a dog, but it's more
Doberman.
Like this, right? A lot of this stuff.
You know, there's a dog that, like, the Great Dane has ears like that come up and they form almost a triangle.
Yeah, so I mean,
they almost touch. I know what you're talking about.
If a kid drew a Halloween cat that's black, you have this roundness, and then you got these two pointy ears, and then they come together. It's there's tons of that stuff, and and sometimes it's hid in the background as light changes in trees. Oh Jesus, so much to explain. I could go on and on and on, but what I'll do, I'll send you a couple of videos of orbs and.
No, I appreciate it, man. Absolutely.
And then you can show the people. Nothing too freaky or off the wall. But I mean, because I mean, like anything, if somebody's either going to believe something or they ain't.
Well, Jamie's telling me, and I really should have known this, but the ears are cropped on those dogs that I'm talking about.
Oh, what, like
like I said, the Great Dane, but she's saying that the ears are cut that way, and I know they're cropped, like they do it with Dobermans and other dogs. Yeah, man. So I'm looking forward to you sending those videos out. That'd be cool. And thanks for coming on tonight. You know.
No, that's no mind at all, actually, because it's almost like a little community here of everybody. It's from that on Kerry show, or I'm on with yourself, or now popping on like Paranormal Portal, or the other two guys that ran earlier tonight there, the
Blue Line Bigfoot.
BLB or whatever it is. So it's all interesting. But it's that type of topic. Either people that think you're nuts and you're fucking full of shit, or it's all lies, or some people come on out of curiosity and may have seen something, or just people get fascinated by the odd things, like haunted houses. There's this thing, I was looking at Facebook today. Someone sent me this invite to the Haunted World or something like that. And it was like a video of.
Go ahead, Overbuilt. Sorry.
Fuck, man, there's like 6 million people viewing this stuff just because it's a haunted house or something weird happened or something strange.
Yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot of weird shit that people watch, man. And like you said, they get the views. Those 6 million views on whatever. Haunted house. There are some. I think it's a morbid curiosity, it's that unknown,
Yeah.
I mean, with ghosts, you're dealing with the dead, it's a little morbid. But it's interesting, and how do you tap into that market? 6 million viewers. What do you do? What do you have to do for that?
Well, what you do, you take a video that's real and realistic, and you put it on Facebook and or on YouTube,
and hope it goes viral.
Someone sees it that's intrigued by it, then it goes to their friends, and then they're like, "Where'd you see that? Oh, I saw it on such and such." And then all of a sudden,
sure, it's a viral video. Yeah,
100,000 viewers in 2 days. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I'm doing something wrong.
I might look pretty late here now. Actually, I got to hit the bunk. It's like 2:15.
Right on, man.
But
all right,
it was good coming on talking about things. I'll send you a couple of orb things and whatnot, and you can put it on your next show probably if you want.
Right on. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how to do that. Like put videos up or pictures up. I haven't, and I'm not going to click the wrong button now, though. What does this do? Click.
Actually, I was looking at an orb. I was looking at an orb yesterday that I took a picture of. It was black, then it went to green, then it went to red, and it moved around the house. And I was watching it, and then all of a sudden it disappeared, and then it popped up in the corner of the wall. I was like, okay, but like right now, if I turned my phone around and probably, or just kept it in the opening here for a few minutes, you would see different things happen.
That's weird.
Oh, guaranteed. I bet
it's
my
fascinating.
life on it.
I mean, it's really fascinating.
But is at the point now where I'm more focused on the interest of Bigfoot, because I've had situations where I've been moose hunting and I've heard whoops and rocks hitting trees, and I thought I seen one, and I just on and finding
once you realize
and little tiny glyphs of rocks and sticks, like little symbols in the middle of nowhere in the woods where nobody's walking. So
sure, but once you realize that all these other people are having experiences, it's it makes you reflect and go, well, wait a minute, something's going on. Maybe that's what it's been. It's understandable. I don't know what
No.
How long have you believed in Bigfoot? I mean,
since I was a kid. Ever since I think.
Okay.
Well, I'm 52, so I've watched the Patterson thing over the years. You'd see it pop up on TV.
Yeah, I'm 52 as well.
I think it's with Leonard Nimoy at that time when he was on about the
In Search of, yeah.
And then there was a couple other older documentaries of what.
So it's been part of your paradigm, growing up.
Yeah, it's just over time. A lot of it I didn't realize, and it never even stayed in my head a lot of times when things happen.
Hold on, I gotta plug in. It's little things like plugging in my PC that I have to do. It just went to power saver mode. Hold on. That's better.
But Moog. Let's call you Moog. Who's the guy that comes on here every now and again that's got the shit going on in his backyard where he got this video or something now he's been talking about?
Oh, probably Ruger.
Yeah, no. I think Kerry and him done a
Mark, Livewire.
no.
There hasn't been that many guests. I got 16 left.
Kerry
Let's see.
and his wife done a show at their house. There recently, he had this weird noises and voices and that going outside of his house, and he's got the Nest Cam, and then he got the fence and the trees, and I forget his name. He's on here every now and again.
Oh,
But,
Carl, LA Swamp Babe.
Carl Guthrow, is it Guthrow?
Yeah, Guthrow. Yeah, he's never been on my show, but
Just take notice of with that Nest Cam that he got. I mean, you can set that to a night vision pretty much, or a regular video take, or whatever the case it is. But just notice that some of his videos he had in the past, and look at the ones now, and look how dark and grainy and sparkly the background and stuff is around his garden, and how much it's changed. That's where he's going to get a lot of these weird shadows and voices and noises and stuff. It's similar. I'm looking at that now, and the lighting and the way certain videos that he puts there is very similar to what I started to see. So he's not blowing it out of his ass, that's for sure. So right. But anyway, I'm gonna hit the phone.
he puts out a lot of videos. I never really
Yeah. Well, the
I
thing
haven't
is,
seen too much on him.
I've seen and heard so much stuff that there's times a lot of stuff that would amaze people is just one ear and out the other.
Sure.
So,
Well, keep up the good work, man. You know, keep recording, getting that good.
yeah.
Good,
well, the thing is, like I said,
evidence.
I'm interested in the whole Sasquatch thing because I mean I know it exists. You tell a regular person on the street and they'll think you're nuts, but
you know what's funny is I do. I mean, I'm in the tourist business, so you know I deal with people from all over the world and the country, and you know they come to our business. They rent off-road vehicles, so right now I already know they're into the outdoors, and I get to see them at the end of the day after the ride's over. So if I see they're wearing a camo hat, okay, possible hunter, maybe a fisherman. First question I ask, hey, you guys have a good time? Yeah. Where are you from? Oh, okay. You know, and I'll like, there's certain, if they're from Washington or Oregon, I'll be like, Sasquatch country. And they'll be like, yeah, either they'll laugh or they'll, you know, it's a conversation starter. So then I'll ask it, well, you ever see anything weird out there? Some people think, you know, I'm nuts or it doesn't exist. And other people are like, well, it's funny you should mention that. You never know what you're going to find out there. So I don't mind telling people what's going on. I'm never going to see these people again. They're tourists. And
unless they're in black.
Right? I remember you. Well, anyway. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
So, good night,
Very
everybody. Good. I'll see you on the next show. You need to have something on the weekend because I get all the time in my I got lots of time on my hands. I know me, my cat.
I'm giving that a lot of thought. I'm not sure if it would be a Saturday or Sunday. I try to do it on the least busy night, or you know, when I can go on at 7:00 my time, as opposed to 8. I mean, an hour makes a difference when it's 11:00 or 12:00 on the East Coast, you know, or in your case, 12.5, you know, that extra half hour. So yeah, I'm gonna probably put on, get another show going. If people want to deal with my face for another night, go figure. But I'll figure it out. People have been asking for it, so more than likely I'll do another show.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Yep. All right, man. Well, I'll be talking to you. I see all the regulars all the time here in the chat. So
yeah, man.
Everybody, like you were saying earlier, it's no one has to get caught up on trying to push an agenda or or figure because they experienced something like what I told you. If people think that I'm nuts or don't believe what I have to say, so be it. I don't take it personal.
Absolutely.
This is what it is, right? I mean, it's the type of thing you can't take personal. These topics is either somebody will believe you and has interest, or they've experienced, or they know somebody that has experienced.
Sure.
Or they just think fucking crazy, one or the other.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, right on, man. Hey, we'll see you soon. Thanks again for coming on. All right, guys.
Right on. All right, brother.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
Peace. Well, that was awesome. You ever notice I say that all the time whenever a friggin' guest goes away? Well, that was awesome. Keep forgetting about that mute button. I go to cough, and you guys don't need to hear it. Sorry, guys. Just looking at chat. Yeah, we're going to end this in a minute here. If you guys have any questions for me, or, I'm just going to let you guys know again, if you guys want to come on in the future, not tonight. I think we're done for tonight. But, hit me up. Email me at mogianmonster or monstermogian@gmail.com. If you guys enjoyed this video tonight, hit the like button. If you're new, subscribe. We seem to have fun. I hope you like the show. Go back to comments. Okay. Overbuilt is going to ask one question. If you are lost in the woods, cold, snow covered, and a cute Sasquatch gal saved your life and she insisted on cuddling, would you submit to the feminine wilds of fuck yeah? Well, it's cold out. Little leg hair is all right, Dude, sorry, that's terrible. All right, guys. Overbuilt, thanks for that. That was funny. Again, you guys have a great night. You guys have been awesome. Good questions. Thanks for behaving. I think you behaved. I have to assume you behaved. I will see you guys Tuesday night. I don't think I'm going to come up with Stan, I listen to country music. Oh, is Carla still here? I'm getting where are you? So Carla apparently claims that we know each other, and I'm sorry, I've smoked way too much pot in my life. And I just can't place the name. And I apologize. I got to start taking stuff from my memory. Anyway, enough about that. Carla, you have my email address. Let me know where I know you're from. Okay. She likes putting out those song lyrics, though. Older ones, too. Huh. You play music, Stan? That's awesome. Yeah, dude. I used to sing all the time, and I really need to get back into it, but I have to get back in. I have to stop smoking and stuff. Big Rob, more weed smoke works. That's why we have little vapes. Guys, enough of this babble. I'll see you guys next week. Maybe I'll surprise you this weekend. No guarantees, no promises, but we'll talk soon. All right, guys. Like, subscribe, share. Talk to you soon. Peace and God bless. Thank you, by the way, everybody, all the moderators. Good night, guys.